501. Bow, bow, bow. Well, I was made by somebody, and you could be it. Yeah. I caress your body. I shrink to fit. Keep putting me on, and I'll be true to you. I'll be yours. Levi's 501. Wonderful. Blue. I got my 501 blue. Yeah.
That cool, refreshing feeling of Wrigley's Spearmint gum puts a sparkle in your eye, a spring in your step, and makes things lots of fun.
It's that little lip from Wrigley's Spearmint gum. It's that little lip. Come on and get you some.
That clean, fresh taste Wrigley's Spearmint's got. That little lip that means a lot.
It's that little lip from Wrigley's Spearmint gum.
Those wine coolers, they all taste the same, but Champale coolers taste like your favorite tropical drinks because we take the piña and we shake it up with the coconut. Got strawberry and the citrus to make it cooler. Sparkle in the orange tastes like mimosa. Champale tropical cooler. Come, drink the Champale tropical cooler.
Lazer Tag. The games begin in August. He's a boy from the city. She is a child of the country. Finding each other should have been perfect, except for two things. He's a stranger in dangerous Cullen territory, and she is a Cullen. And if you're hot for her, you're playing with fire.
Drop the gun!
Bullies. Rated R. Starts Friday, August 15th at select theaters.
Honey, hand me more soap to shave my legs.
Nope.
Legs? Meet Noxzema Shave Cream for extra sensitive skin. Soothing emollients that make it so comfortable for his face. Make it so beautiful for her legs. Noxzema for extra sensitive skin. His and hers.
MTV videos of all time. I'm Martha Quinn. In 30 minutes, we'll be going Amuck in America. Here's video number 27, a member of Genesis. Two members of Genesis out on their own, back-to-back with videos on the MTV Top 100 Video Countdown. Phil Collins coming in at number 26 with Against All Odds. And before that, Michael Rutherford with his band Mike and the Mechanics, Silent Running, coming in at 27. Phil and Mike and Tony Banks will be together and touring this fall as Genesis gets ready for the Invisible Touch Tour. I'm Martha Quinn, and right here we have the MTV Music News. Starting off with In Excess. They've been on the road in the U.S. since the middle of July, but they've still found time to record 4 tracks for their 6th album. Michael Hutchins told MTV it'll be a little different from Listen Like Thieves, with a more textured sound.
Andrew was originally really into guitar. He used to play guitar in the band, and he sort of was edged off onto these fancy new keyboards. And so we turned to guitar on Listen Like Thieves, so a lot of the stuff was very guitar-oriented. But I sort of dragged into the piano when we were in Chicago recording some stuff. And it was great to sort of sit around with the piano.
The piano is a very interesting instrument to write on.
It's really heavy piano sound. You know, we're trying to make keyboards heavy again.
In Excess will be on the road until the middle of September, and they'll be at Shays in Buffalo, New York tonight. Night Ranger guitarist Jeff Watson will be strolling down Sentimental Street on August 17th because that's the day he strolls down the aisle. The lucky bride is Rebecca Swearigian. Swearigian. They've been going to, she's going to be Rebecca Watson in just a matter of days anyway, so forget about that. They've been going together for about a year and a half, and they'll say their vows in Mill Valley, California. Rebecca and Jeff can't stay on their honeymoon too long. On September 1st, Night Ranger will go into a studio in the Bay Area to begin recording their 4th album, and they hope to have it in the stores by January. We are going to continue on with the news with concert date information sponsored by the Hots Professional Hair Care Appliances. ZZ Top out on the road with Honeymoon Suite, and this tour starts off August 5th. Every hour on a half hour, we have an Amuck in America report, so that means the next one is just about 20 minutes away. And we'll be continuing on with the countdown. We have video number 25 after this, and it comes to us from the Acid Queen.
The hots are for me. The sky's the limit and I must be free, yeah. Tell ourselves the rules, I got the tools. The hots are for me. They've got unlimited colors, they make head-spinning styles. Give boredom the brush, it's a hot collection. The hots are for me. The hots are for me. The hots are for me.
Did you love those when you were little?
Peppermint Lifesavers?
Yeah.
More than boys.
Well, how about now?
No? Oh, I'm torn.
I bet you love to share them.
With the right person.
Well, what if I told you something special?
Try me.
Each one of those refreshing little mints has less than 10 calories.
Oh, so I could eat the whole roll.
Well, you wouldn't do that.
You betcha, Lifesavers.
Welcome to the world of private security.
They're on a mission.
Undercover. Special assignment. Very hush-hush.
They're on the job.
You tell anyone about this.
Climb on in here, Slim.
Thank you very much.
But there's just one problem.
They're idiots.
John Candy and Eugene Levy are armed and dangerous.
A little toxic waste isn't going to kill you.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, August 15th at select theaters.
Sunny days, catching rays, enjoy it while it's here. Now you're talking color, now you're talking beer, now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is fucking beer.
Stroh Light. Smooth, refreshing, less filling.
Now you're talking Stroh, now you're talking beer, now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is fucking beer.
This is MTV. MTV is on 24 hours a day. Now, so in other words, you're saying it's on 12 hours a day. No, it's on 24 hours a day. So it's 3 hours a day. It's on from 2 to 6. No, it's on 24 hours a day. If I turn it on at 6 o'clock, it wouldn't be on. No, it's on 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. Well, if that's it, that's the way you're going to be about it.
Coming in at number 25 from June of 1984, Tina Turner and What's Love Got to Do with It? Her first #1 song. Of course, like Turner, she got to number 2 on the charts with Proud Mary, but never made it to that #1 spot until she was out on her own and she had that Private Dancer album. She's already recorded the next album, so we'll be hearing from that in the fall. Tonight, we take a look at 2 of the hottest bands around. First, we present Van Halen Unleashed. A look at the new Van Halen. That's at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific time. And that'll be immediately followed by the making of GTR. That is all tonight, and we are going to be having these specials sponsored in part by Baby Ruth and Butterfingers. Every hour on the half hour, we have an Amuck report. The next one just about 10 minutes away, and we are continuing on with the countdown as we close down the 20s. Number 24 and 23 after this.
Relax, Joe, the beat is...
New look fashion.
The shape of fall comes alive with fall fashions from Southridge Mall.
This is Bob Hope asking you to support the National Federation of the Blind. Do you know what blind people are like? Well, they're pretty much like you. They laugh at something funny, but not because of blindness, and they cry if they have a reason to, but not because of blindness. Blind people work and play just like you. They worry about the rent and how to get ahead just like you. And they hope and dream just like you. Blindness doesn't stop them, but prejudice and misunderstanding may. Today, blind people are working as lawyers, teachers, factory workers, farmers, homemakers, scientists, and even comedians. The blind need opportunity, not pity. For information, contact the National Federation of the Blind, 1800 Johnson Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21230. That address again is 1800 Johnson Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21230.
Get up. Safety belt test at 9. Hurry.
Not another windshield taste test. Count me out.
What? The old pro backing down from a motorhome?
Nothing like that. I'm just tired of trying to convince people to wear safety belts. No one's listening.
Safety belt saved Barbara Mandrell.
You're right. Someone listen. Let's hit the road.
You hungry, partner?
Let's do some donuts on the way in.
Good idea.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
I am a cause I'm young and free. I got the power over me, the power over me. I'm energy, I'm everywhere. I swear I know it's true. I'm always gonna be. And I know what is what and what is not the thing to do. And what is not the thing to do.
Take her back! Back this way! Up a bit! Okay! Let her go!
Well, on the road to Pittsburgh, we got a few hours to go, and you know we've been having problems with our automobiles. Our lime green T-Bird broke down. The van had some gas problems outside of Baltimore yesterday, and we don't have a problem with the engine or the wheels or the chassis or anything with this bus. We are having problems with the latrine. Yep, it's Odorama report time, folks. We're having problems with the old bathroom. Hey, Richie! Richie! How's it going? Hey! That's right, folks. The only man that can stand the stench, Richie, production manager. We don't know why, and we don't care. I'm talking serious here. Even our cameraman, Vinny. Vinny? Barbara?
Bad.
Josie?
I hate it.
Wait a minute. Another man who's not having a problem. I'm vaping. Sorry. Okay. Well, we are on the road to Pittsburgh. About how many hours we have to go before we get there?
2 hours.
Couple hours?
2 hours.
That's great. And we're going to be responding to some of those postcards, right?
Yeah.
We got some cool postcards that people sent in, so we'll get around to it, okay?
Let's open up the windows?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll be back in about an hour.
Addicted to Love, Robert Palmer from the Riptide album, which is his best-selling album to date, and that his biggest hit single to date. Robert Palmer coming in at number 22. Just a little while back, we saw Alan Hunter's Amuck in America report. If you think that you have a suggestion where Al can bring the crew to, then you can write to us at this address. P.O. Box 1385, Radio City Station, New York, New York, 10101. And you better watch out because they might actually come to see you. We're going to continue on with the countdown, but first we have this word from Panasonic.
Experience Panasonic CD sound. Portable compact disc players with sounds so rich, so real. They'll change the way you hear the world. Sensational CD sound. Another Panasonic experience, just slightly ahead of our time.
It's going to be one crazy summer. For John Cusack, one slightly off basketball player. For Demi Moore, one slightly soaked hitchhiker. for Bobcat Goldthwait.
Hey, little boy, will you hold on to this for me?
One slightly strange babysitter.
Sorry!
And for all their slightly insane friends, it's going to be one crazy summer. Rated PG. Starts Friday, August 8th at a theater near you.
We are Eurythmics.
It's alright, baby's coming back.
God save our gracious Queen, God save our lonely Queen and MTV.
I'm Martha Quinn, and what we're doing today is counting down the top 100 MTV videos of all time, or the top 100 videos of all MTV time. Same result either way you look at it. Now we're continuing on getting into the teens. So what we should do here is take a look back. We'll take a look at the past 20 that we have seen. We started at noon today, and we will not stop until we get to number 1. John Cougar Mellencamp, ROCK in the USA, coming in the 30s. 1999 from Prince, title track for his album just before Purple Rain came out. We have 2 Genesis members separate on the countdown with Mike and the Mechanics and Phil Collins, and this set winding up with Robert Palmer's Addicted to Love that we just saw. As we continue on, we have the last 2 videos in the 20s. We're looking back to all of the musical events that have happened since we've been on the air in 1981. And one thing that we've seen a lot of is a lot of superstar duets. Mick Jagger and David Bowie, Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder. Joe Cocker got to the top of the charts with his duet Up Where We Belong with Jennifer Warnes from the Officer and a Gentleman soundtrack. We saw Phil Collins with Marilyn Martin, and we have Phil and Phil as the countdown continues. Hurts So Good, going back to May of 1982 from John Cougar's American Fool album at a time when he was still just calling himself John Cougar. He later went on to add the Mellencamp, which is in fact his real last name. John came in at number 20, and at number 21 we saw Philip Bailey out of Earth, Wind & Fire with Phil Collins out of Genesis for that one, and together they're doing Easy Lover. We are continuing on the countdown, getting towards the teens, and we have video number 19 and 18 after this, and watch for another Ex-Eagle video.
You come from a land down under.
Brush on soft color highlights. Highlights so subtle and soft you want them to last. And these do, in 4 different shades. One's for your color hair. Brush on soft color highlights. New from L'Oreal.
The sun goes down, the night rolls in.
You see that? See what?
What?
Nothing. So where are we going anyway? What are you asking me for? It's your town, pal. That's my song. My town. Hey, I'm everywhere, pal. Knock it off, Gwen.
Head dancing is Spence.
Mary.
A real ladies' man. Oh, Howie Mandel is Dennis. A real man's man.
Not a woman.
Together, they're up to their in a fine mess. The movie that takes comedy seriously. Ed and Howie team up in Blake Edwards' A Fine Mess. Rated PG. Starts Friday at select theaters.
Lazer Tag. The games begin in August.
When
Domino's Pizza delivers. Quality comes first. We custom bake each pizza with carefully selected, skillfully prepared ingredients. Taste the quality.
Domino's Pizza delivers.
Call now and we'll deliver a hot, delicious, custom-made pizza to you in less than 30 minutes. One call does it all.
What's the hottest fashion in the streets? They know. It's a whole new way to hang out. Broken in, streetwise, and sexy. It's an attitude and a look that goes beyond ultra chic. And only Chick has it. The Sunset Blues, a whole collection from Chick, the world's best fit.
You want it? You got it.
5150, the album, the tour. Van Halen is back with a vengeance. You're with us for the music and the mayhem, on stage, backstage, and off stage.
Check it out. You're going to see things we didn't even do.
MTV presents Van Halen Unleashed. Tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
MTV's Gonzo Summer.
We're counting down the top 100 MTV videos of all time. I'm Martha Quinn. In 30 minutes, we're going to be going Amuck in America. But right here, we'll hear from an artist who cites Faulkner as one of his influences. In at video number 17 on the top 100 countdown, that's Don Henley and the Boys of Summer, a tune that Don Henley co-wrote with Mike Campbell of the Heartbreakers. That video, directed by Jean-Baptiste Mondino, walked away with the award of Best Video of the Year at our second annual MTV Video Music Awards. I'm Martha Quinn, and right here we have the MTV Music News, starting off with John Fogerty. John hits the road August 27th for his Rockin' All Over the World tour. His first show will be in Memphis because, and I quote, that's where rock and roll started. Session men John Robinson, Neil Steubenhouse, and Alan Pasquale will join him on the road. John's new album, as yet untitled, will be in the stores in September, and the single, Eye of the Zombie, will be released in the next couple of weeks. Former Soul Train dancer Jermaine Stewart has just entered the top 10 with a single that tells us that we don't have to take our clothes off. Now, does Jermaine mean that figuratively or literally?
No, it doesn't mean I don't like sex. What I'm saying is that we don't have to do the things that we don't want to do. Not only talking about clothes, but I'm talking about we don't have to shoot heroin, we don't have to get pregnant early, you don't have to drink and drive. So it's a very positive song being geared towards the young people today, saying that you don't have to do all the negative things to have a good time.
We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off is the first single and video from Jermaine's new album, Frantic Romantic. We have concert date information for the Moody Blues, who are out on the road with the Fix. And the Moody Blues are a new band that we just saw rise to the top since MTV's been, now obviously they've been around since 1964. Their first hit single was Go Now, with Denny Lane singing it at that point. Every hour on the half hour, we have our Amuck in America reports. The next one is just about 20 minutes away. And we're continuing on with the countdown as we get closer to the top 10, videos number 16 and 15, right after this.
Twizzlers make me very happy. I love the way they taste so chewy. Twizzlers make me very happy.
We love the way they taste so fruity, so chewy, so happy and oh so juicy.
Twizzlers make me very happy.
Twizzlers make your mouth so very happy.
Oh, so happy.
Especially in my Levi's 501 jeans. Levi's shrink to fit 501 jeans.
It's going to be one crazy summer. For John Cusack, one slightly off basketball player. For Demi Moore. One slightly soaked hitchhiker for Bobcat Goldthwait.
Hey, little boy, will you hold on to this for me?
One slightly strange babysitter.
Sorry!
And for all their slightly insane friends, it's going to be one crazy summer. Rated PG. Starts Friday, August 8th at a theater near you.
You know why I'm so popular with women? Because I never promise what I can't deliver. When they want a wine cooler with great taste, I always promise them Sun Country. They love its refreshing blend of premium wine and real fruit juice. Sometimes I even deliver the Sun Country myself. That's called special delivery. Sun Country. Say, give me the real juice cooler. Remember, if you want to stay popular with your women, promise them the moon, but give them the sun.
Now, right here on our stage.
Jericho. It's a real thriller. Outrageous cherry chiller. The perfect cherry dash. Gives it extra flash. Drinking to the latest beat. Never heavy, not too sweet. Jericho. Outrageous, Jericho. Outrageous,
New look fashion.
The shape of fall comes alive with fall fashions from Southridge Mall.
All you football and basketball fans know what timeout means. It's a short break in the action, a way to help a team do better. Timeout is also a way some parents are helping their children do better. These parents have found that a 2-minute interruption of unacceptable behavior works better than spankings or scoldings. Why? Because spankings and scoldings arouse anger and hostility. Timeout helps the youngster and the parent calm down and cool off. Here's how it works. When a child is misbehaving, call timeout. Put the youngster where he or she can be alone. Timeout begins when the child is quiet. Fussing or whining time doesn't count. Follow a successful timeout with praise. Timeout. If it's good for ball players, why shouldn't it be good for kids? A message from Iowa Children's and Family Services.
It's your world today. It's your world now. But it's their world tomorrow. Let them grow up. But will they? Let's work at peace so they can. 1986 is the United Nations International Year of Peace.
We're counting down the top 100 MTV videos of all time this Sunday. We saw at number 15, Billy Joel, Tell Her About It. And before that, going back to December of 1981, Loverboy video. Since 1981, when MTV's been on the air, we've seen a lot of shifts in the music business. The Who went out on their farewell tour, but they reunited at Live Aid, as did the Led Zeppelin reunion take place at Live Aid. Steely Dan released what, to this point, is their last album with Gaucho. Rainbow broke up, but Deep Purple reformed. Hitting the 14th position on the top 100 videos of all time is an artist who got her career started with her mom. In this video, she struts about with a sharp sense of sexiness, a characteristic trait that seems to work nicely for this lady of soul.
I have this thing about being sexy and where sex comes from. Either you have it or you don't. And it's nothing you can put on. It has to come from inside. And when it comes from inside, it is, it's as subtle as, and as tasteful as being really, you know, like, oh, here I am and I'm sexy and all that stuff, you know. It comes from inside. It's nothing that you can put on. You can't try to be sexy, you know. If you try to be sexy, then you're overdoing it, you know, and you try to put on things that'll make you sexy. If you're sexy, it comes through automatically, naturally.